Good morning, people. This is part 27 of my Shafston series. And in this, the episode is called Freezing in Jamaica. Um, now, everybody knows that Jamaica is a tropical island, and you don't expect to freeze in a tropical island. But I have actually had two instances where I froze. I don't know if I've ever been so cold anywhere before. And the first instance was that was right at the beginning when I had still my little Vespa scooter, and I was driving out of Kingston at about uh, 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon because I wanted to reach Bluefields, and I had a long way ahead of me. And of course, I was just had my t-shirt on, and then I got into a downpour in Kingston, and I was stranded right on this bridge going over this gully, and it just started raining because my Vespa shut off every time when it was raining, when it got wet. So I was there in the pouring rain, and then I experienced these because they have these gullies in Kingston, and they have these huge gullies with concreted gullies, and the water just comes pouring down. And it was actually quite shocking when there was such a flood came down there and a lot of rubbish and stuff, and it was quite. I mean, if you were caught in that in that concrete gully when a flood came down like that, you're done. Anyway, so then the rain eventually stopped about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I managed to get the bike started, the scooter started again, and started to drive off. And it was already kind of a bit cold because I was completely wet and so on. But it wasn't that bad until I started going up into the hills by Mandeville, and it got really cold. And the higher I got, the colder I got. I was freezing. I was freezing. I thought I was gonna I thought I was gonna drop dead as an icicle from that bike. And eventually I reached the top, and I just thought, I can't even stand this anymore. And then I drove down, rode down Spur Tree, and with every corner it got warmer and warmer and warmer because we were getting out of the hills and coming down. So eventually I got home. I mean, I was surprised that I didn't catch a pneumonia that day. So that was the one incident where I was freezing like I've never frozen before. And then the other incident was when we were on a tour with, yeah, I'm sure that I had 20 guests with me. Um, and we were driving through the Blue Mountains. And then we suddenly had this spontaneous idea of, of staying in the Blue Mountains. And so we were looking around to see where we could stay, and then first we found this guy who was the caretaker for a house, and he said we could stay in the house. But I think in the end he realized that if if the people would have caught him out uh, having people stay in there, he would have lost his job or whatever. I think it was a private house and so on. So that didn't work out. And then we went to a place called Honeywell. They have these cottages. It's from the forestry department, and normally you have to book them actually in Kingston, and then that's how it goes. But we of course hadn't booked the cottages, but we found the guy who was responsible, and in the end he said, "Yeah, okay, we can stay there." And we said, fine. We looked at the cottages. They were kind of nice, and they had a big fireplace in the middle of it. And we said, oh, great, we're going to make a nice fire, and all is going to be good. And then the night came in, and it got colder and colder and colder. And we had this big blazing fire in the middle of the thing, and it was cold. It was so cold. We were like around the fire, and there were the bunk beds in the next door rooms. Oh God, we couldn't even think of it. Of course, we didn't have any sleeping bags with us and nothing. So there was not even a thought of going into those bunk beds. We would have frozen to death. So we were around the fire all night, and just we had to like basically turn around like grilled sausages to keep warm, and it was terrible. I mean, I'm like, oh gosh, I'm. We didn't. No, I didn't think anybody slept there one bit that night, and so that was the other freezing experience I had in Jamaica. So you can actually freeze in Jamaica, as much as you would not expect that, but it is like it is. So please like and subscribe, especially subscribe. Please subscribe. I want to get my subscribers up, and have a wonderful day. Tomorrow I have some more interesting stories. This was just a little thing about freezing anyway. And if you have a little donation, would help me out. Coolestcam@gmail.com, PayPal. And please comment on the videos too. The comments are starting to coming in. It's really, really nice. And tell me when you were here, if you want to make an interview, if you're ready to do that. Anything you have to lively up the place would be lovely. So, have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow in the next video.